Bang. We
Bang.
are live.
We are live, back with CJ and Monty. I am Jon Najarian. Welcome to the Daily Crypto Byte, folks. We were just kind of discussing the main markets, the equity markets, and saying how much of this do we think is spilling over into crypto? Because we know that last March, it did just that. You know, a little over a year ago, when the markets were melting down February into March, crypto melted too, even though most of us looking at it would say, you know what, crypto actually should do better at a time like this. But when people have to raise cash or want to raise cash, these things happen all the time. Now, one of the bits of good news, guys, is that the NASDAQ was down 2% earlier. I mean, in the pre-market, I was doing my, workout on the lakefront, and the NASDAQ was down 2%. I'm listening to Tom Keene and Jonathan Farrow over there on Bloomberg, got the headset on while I'm rolling, and it was down 2%. The Dow was, making that drop, not same 2% drop, but was going from down 80, down 180, down 270, down 320. And now, and the S&P, by the way, was down 51 or 52 even in the pre, and it's down 27 now. So that buy the dip mentality is still there in equities, folks. And CJ and Monty say they see evidence of it in crypto too.
Oh yeah,
Monty.
Yes, that is right, John. We're seeing plenty of dip buying. And, we were joking around before the show today talking about CJ's like, oh, some bearish price action, bull market's over. It was fun. Pack it in, everybody. But, when we see this sort of price action, one thing that I really like to do is kind of get back to the macro models because, there's a lot of noise going on in the markets right now. Lots of, news with the Coinbase listing. The traditional equities are likely spilling over into the crypto market. And one thing that's been tried and true and that I've referred to several times during this market cycle, just to kind of, gain some perspective, is the stock to flow model. And CJ, you shared with me a pretty interesting analysis of the stock to flow model and how it's held up so far. So you want to tell the people about that real quick?
All the people, yes. I really love this Twitter account. I followed them. It's the stock to flow multiple. I recommend you check them out. All it does every day is post where Bitcoin is relative to the stock to flow model. And for the last, weeks, it seems like we have been above, in terms of Bitcoin's price, the projected stock to flow value. And we've had accuracy in this model of roughly 95%. Of course, the model can't be 100% because we have news and outlier events that shift price in the short term. Nevertheless, this level of accuracy has been pretty compelling throughout the entire uptrend, but this is one of the first times that we've actually fallen below the target price or projected price for our current date and time. That's not a bad thing. Doesn't mean that the bull market is over in any sense. The thing that I think is really interesting about this model is when you look back at where we were in, say, 2017 or 2016 and making that initial ascent up to 20K, we remained below the projected price for quite a while, like really up until the tail end of the bull market. But already in our current bull market, we've been above that projected price for weeks now. So, that combined with the fact that I also have another data point that I wanted to share with you, Monty, and that's the fact that we have in the top 10 pairs on Uniswap, 5 of them are dog meme coins. That's 1.5 billion in volume in these coins over the last 24 hours. And just for reference, the entire exchange of Uniswap V2 didn't cross daily volume like that for almost the first year of its existence. So this is not something that you see early cycle or even mid cycle. This is something, in my opinion, that you see late cycle that is very concerning. Does it mean we have to completely diverge from that stock to flow model? No, but I think that a very healthy shakeout is probably what we would want to see following, meme coins rallying at billions of dollars worth of volume.
Yeah, CJ. I mean, we like to compare it with, our historical price action that we saw back in 2017, especially when looking at the stock to flow model. And I agree with you, like the timing of this interest in these meme coins isn't really lining up with what we saw in 2017. In 2017, we saw Litecoin and XRP outperform Bitcoin almost at the same time when Bitcoin is running up to that 17K level. It seems like now we're getting a little bit ahead of ourselves with those, downstream low cap assets that don't necessarily have any utility, but are just gaining that retail speculation. It is really interesting. And, getting back to this chart, CJ, with the 5 Doge or dog meme pairs, I mean, this is so much money, 1.55 billion. And I think, we can definitely look to this capital right here as a reason why we saw so much volatility in ETH. And this is such an interesting formation, in my opinion, this sort of 3 kind of doji candles at the top here. And I mean, that was just such extreme volatility yesterday at the end of market. People were in our community abuzz trying to buy the dip here at around 3,800. Props to you if you're able to get filled here, because this is a really interesting move for ETH. And I think what we're seeing is a lot of this capital that CJ just talked about with these, these meme coins. People are going to start taking profits, and that's going to start flowing back upstream into assets like ETH. So, looking at the hourly chart here, I think ETH is in a pretty interesting position, pressing up against this 20-period moving average. It's kind of established that range, like I talked about last night, or at the end of market yesterday. It had that sharp sell-off and went all the way down to around the 3,700 range. So we've kind of established this nice range here between 4,100 and 3,700. And, depending on what we see happening in these meme coins, if we see them, start to fall off and people start to take profits, I think that could be very bullish for ETH and could drive it back above this upper bound. But in the meantime, while the speculation is still downstream, I expect ETH and Bitcoin to kind of be range bound in this area right here.
Well, interesting insights there, Monty. I'll point out, because I was going to talk just for a sec about whale maps. And you guys know, if you're regular viewers of the show, that all of us, but me in particular, I love seeing where the whale money is. And just a quick refresher, if you're new to this, a whale in Bitcoin is anybody that owns over 1,000 coins. And they can determine that by the wallets, because every once in a while, again, people will say, oh, it's for criminals, it's this, it's that. Criminals could use anything they want. If they used cryptocurrency for their crimes, with the exception perhaps, because I'm not as much an expert as you guys, in Monero, which is, one of the way, if you were trading a lot of Monero, I would have my eye on you if I were the FBI. But as far as these others, they know the wallet that thing landed in. And so good luck to you trying to hide that. They know which wallets have 5,000, 10,000, 100,000 coins. Obviously, there are very few of that last group. But anyway, I was looking at whale maps, and I was noting that Ethereum has outperformed Bitcoin by almost 4 to 1. I say almost because over the past year, I took it back 1 year. Over the past year, Bitcoin is up 547%. Phenomenal. From May of last year to May now. Ethereum's up 2,000% over that same time. So it's not quite 4x, but it's really close. And I think Ethereum continues to outperform. We've talked amongst ourselves about that 10,000 level, and that is a level that a lot of folks are going to be focused on. And I can't blame them for being focused on that level, given what Monty just described as far as how fast that buy the dip came in here. And as far as Bitcoin, the strongest whale accumulations still seem to be in that mid 50s range. Yeah, there are some at the 57,000 on the whale maps, but 55 seems to be pretty damn strong where they tend to make a stand. And we will keep our eye on that, as we will keep our eye on Ethereum and what exactly happens with Doge. I'm sure a lot of people thought that Doge, if 2 months ago you would have told people that Doge could even be 30 or 40 cents, they would have told you were nuts. And here it is after trading 72 last week, and after that harsh sell-off, the 35% sell-off, it's still at 50 cents today. It's up on the day, 24-hour day. So we'll watch Shiba and the rest of it too, but who wants to kick off Doge of the day today, gentlemen?
CJ, would you like to start us off today? What do you got?
Yeah, why not? Why not? This is a technical pick. It is Compound. I own a little Compound, just a little bit. I really like this. I really like this because it's been consolidating in an upward trend. The volume hasn't picked up just yet, but it's starting to. We're trading in this range here from about roughly kind of 833 to 707. I think if we break that top level at $833 and continue out of that breakout level, the bullish continuation is likely to go on, in my opinion. And I like comp, so that's going to be my Doge of the day.
Very nice, very nice. I also have a technical play today, so I will quickly share mine. And this is one that I know a lot of you guys in our community trade, so I'm happy to talk about today, and that is StormX, ticker STMX. And, full disclosure, I do hold this. I took some profit a few months ago, but I've been kind of riding this thing down, and it hasn't been fun to watch, but I'm encouraged by what I'm seeing today, actually. We put in this support a while ago off this TE sequential 9 here at, just above 4 cents. And now, yesterday was a bit of a scary day, but today we're getting a nice bullish bounce off that level. We're pressing up against the 20-period SMA. So I'm watching for today's candle close. If we can close above this SMA, I think that would be bullish for a few reasons. One, a breakout above this level is a good indication to enter a long trade. And second, we kind of get a bullish engulfing candle forming after a day of bearish price action. So I would really like this formation. Watch to see where this candle closes today. If we can get up above this 20-period SMA and make a nice close there, that would be a good indication to enter a long trade or to just increase your position if you're already holding. So that is my Doge of the day, StormX.
And I'm over here in Litecoin today, guys. It was doing about, let me see what that was, about 6 billion in a 24-hour clock on Sunday. It has spiked up to doing about as high as 13 billion in a 24-hour period, and give you some levels. What it bottomed last Thursday and Friday, a double bottom or so, or at least a consolidation area right around $330 per coin. It is now 360. Yesterday, or going into yesterday, maybe it was it was late Sunday, it traded as high as 410. So I'm going to be trading it for maybe a $30-40 pop, especially if the volume holds at 10,700 million, which is what it's at right now. I will be interested to watch to see if it can make another run at 400. So that's my Doge of the day, LTC.
Very nice. Yeah, that is some pretty ridiculous volume from Litecoin.
Yeah, it's number 11 in market rank right now. So
we'll have to see if that can hold up. One last thing I want to mention before we end today's show is something we have coming up today at market close, and that is a webinar that CJ and I will be doing with the Oracle himself, AJ Monty. We're going to have him take a look at some of your favorite crypto assets. So, if you want to come have AJ do some technical analysis on some of your crypto holdings, feel free to come check that out. We're going to host it on Zoom. It's going to be today at market close, 4 p.m. Eastern time. So definitely come check that out. Really excited to see what the option Oracle has to say about the crypto markets.
I love it. And remember, guys, Voyager sponsors this program, Voyager Digital. It's a regulated exchange out of Canada. It's available, I think, in every state but New York. That license is tough to get, but they're still trying. And if you sign up for a new account on Voyager and you enter Rebel25, you will get $25 in Bitcoin for opening your account. And if you'd like to join CJ and Monty in the chat room, you can try it for $1 for the first month. That's all you will be billed, $1. And if you choose to continue, then you can do that at the regular posted price of $29 for the month, about $1 a day, because it is every day and it's 24 hours a day. Check it out. You can go to marketrebellion.com/try crypto right there below us here. So guys, have a great day. I am, like I said, keeping an eye on LTC today. See you tomorrow.
See you guys. Thank you for watching.